Hi, baby cakes. I want to know what you're doing right now, this literal second. Okay? Now you can't say no lies. If you're farting, I gotta know. If you're burping, you can tell me, I guess. If you're sneezing, bless you. What's happening? Okay, now you might think to yourself, okay, this is another one of Leslie's comedy videos. What I'm about ready to show you and expose to you on this particular video file is not comical. And it's literally going to blow your mind. After I show you the audio evidence, I will be then proceeding to make some brief statements because I still got work to do. Right now, as you can see, I am categorizing several different bags, which I've been doing periodically for the last few months actually. Different things have interrupted my sequential physical attention to, basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm setting up different hiking areas. Each hiking area will have an identical kit. That's right. So I'll be able to move immediately from one to the other one, treating each one as a temporary location. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm telling you this in a minute. So I spent the whole day today filtering through bags that hold property so I can make up these identical kits, one to take at each one. Do you see what I'm saying, baby cakes? And that way I'm making up grab-and-go bags, and the other additional property that I'll be taking to each one of these hiking areas are going to be for support material. That's right, baby cakes. Because it is my intention to not only survive the criminality of organized stalking and gang stalking, but it's also my intention to play a shell game. Well, actually, I've been doing it already. This is the 4th hiking area I've been gang stalked to. And now that I can prove it undisputably, I will now be moving on in the next 30 days to these other hiking areas, because it is taking me a lot of time to move. You would not believe what's involved in moving because of the types of strategies I use in order to hide property at the hiking areas. But that's not what this video is about. But I do think it's necessary for me to at least show you, like you can see on this bag, 2nd hiking area, okay, and so on and so forth. And then, so what I'm doing right now is I'm literally getting ready to show you some undisputable evidence that I am a target, victim, and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking. Do not let my few comical seconds deter you from the seriousness of this matter, because these crimes are these types of criminal expeditions are responsible for some of the most heinous crimes that can happen against any human being, even criminals. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and this is a serious question, and the reason why I'm asking it, I'll explain after I ask it. And the reason why I'm asking it is because I want you to be able to picture in your mind the answer to the question. That question is as follows. What comes first in reference to, you know how there's 12 months out of the year? Now, if you sat back in your chair right now and took the time, I know you know how to do it, but and took the time to begin at the 1st month, and mention each month by 1st month its name, 2nd month by its name, 3rd month by its name, 4th month by its name, and so on, up until you get to the 12th month. Now, you'll be able to sit back in your chair and do it probably within, I'm sure, 60 seconds. Now, as a result of you knowing what months come 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way up until the 12th, you know the names of these months and their sequential order in reference to the order between 1 and 12. That's right. Hold on. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to the theme of why I'm saying this in a second. Now, what month comes first in the sequential order between the 1st month and the 12th month? The first month being January, obviously, and the 12th month being December. Which month comes first in that sequential order between January and December? Is it September or November? Which month comes before the other? Now that I gave you a couple seconds to obviously be able to figure it out, because we all know which month comes before another month. Okay? Like if I said what comes first, July or August, you'll say July. If you say what comes first, May or April, you'll say April, because you know it. So, what month comes first, September or November? You'll automatically be able to deduce that it's September. And now I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm saying this. I wanted you to be able to review the months in their order in your mind before I showed you the evidence. That way you will have it fresh in your mind what month comes first in reference to September being before November. You got June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay? So you can automatically see that September does come first. September is 2 months before November. Now, why am I telling you this? Because I'm getting ready to show you an audio file pertaining to me being on a national radio show on September 17th, 2013. This is a tape recorder of that event. Now, the actual show is on folder number 5, file number 1. But when you call a national radio show, you're told by the screener of the national radio show to turn off your radio, because it's got something to do with either feedback or echoing, or at least the national radio show talk show host being able to clearly hear you and you hear him without no background noise compromising our ability to hear each other. So the screener automatically tells you to turn off your radio so when the national talk show host comes on to talk to you by phone, he won't have to hear any radio in the background, and you'll be able to hear him clearly because the radio's not on. So, but you can go to Google and type in Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. Okay? You'll come up with his Facebook page, his website, and then you will come up with another web page that's called Ground Zero SoundCloud. Once you click on that, you will be able to go back and listen to all of the previous radio shows that he had. And if you scroll back long enough at SoundCloud, you will be able to listen to the show that was on the night of September 17th, 2013. As a result, you'll clearly be able to see that I was on that show. I had to wait until after the show to get on the computer so I could then listen to that night's show on SoundCloud in order to be able to tape record off the computer me being on the show, because I couldn't tape record it as it was happening because I had to turn my radio off as a result of the screener who took my call telling me to turn it off. Okay, because that's what people have to do if they want to actually talk to the person while the show is happening. So all you got to do is go back to SoundCloud, scroll through the dates in reference to the radio shows by date, go to September 17, 2013, and you'll flat out hear what you're about ready to hear in reference to me calling that show on that night and me being on it pertaining to what I'm saying. And that is as follows. Now, before I play it, what I want you to listen to is I want you to listen to how I say that individuals are getting along all my routes and saying gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, oh my god, weird and crazy. And how I also say that they're not only doing that, but that I am being harassed in the same exact identical way everywhere I go. Okay? The second thing you're going to be listening for is how I tell Clyde Lewis that they set up some individuals to hike out 100 feet away from me who yell gang stalk. Now, remember the dates. Write this date down. This is me telling the national radio talk show host on September 17th, 2013, these things. And if you go to SoundCloud and scroll back to that date, you'll be able to literally witness me being on the radio show talking to Clyde Lewis and Elisa E. And I'm going to play it for you right now. Then, after I play it for you, I'm going to play you an event that occurred on Thanksgiving Day. Okay? That was caught on a digital tape recorder. I can prove that it occurred on Thanksgiving Day. I had to take the microcard out of the tape recorder. Okay? It wouldn't even matter if it happened before or after this date, because I can prove to you that it was... Well, let me just put it to you this way. Organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, the perpetrators, do they have specific technology that can hack into your computer, your cell phone, your digital tape recorders, video cameras, and anything that is an electronic device? Yes. Go to the very, very, very bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. Look on the very, very bottom of their homepage and you will discover 3 PDF links. Remote neural monitoring, remote behavioral influencing technology, and directed energy weapons. When you decipher what is in these PDF links, each of them, you will come to understand that it's clearly written in at least the first one or the second one that they do have these technological capabilities to access any electronic device in order to alter, edit, or delete the data in it, or even literally make the device inoperable. That's right. Then go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and the name of the technologies of the PDF links. and you'll see that these technologies can be and are perpetrated against organized stalking targets. I'm not saying that I am, and I'm not saying that I'm not in this particular video. But once you do type in the names of these technologies, that are the names of the PDF links that are at the very, 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 very bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance's homepage, and you type in the technologies' names at Google and cross-reference it to organized stalking or gang stalking, you will clearly be able to see that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of targeted individuals all over the internet directly stating that these technological resources are directly connected to organized stalking and gang stalking, including John Hall, who has YouTube videos online. You can go to YouTube and type in John Hall Satellite Terrorism. If you listen to enough of his YouTube videos, you'll clearly hear him talk about the microwave hearing effect and remote neural monitoring and gang stalking or organized stalking. So, and I talk about the microwave hearing effect on this national radio show that you're about ready to hear. Now, it doesn't matter. So, what I'm saying to you right now is that as a result of the Thanksgiving event occurring, and as it was occurring, these individuals were saying gang stalk, gang stalking, and gang stalking, I'm going to F you up. Repeating it. They said it in those three ways. The same word that describes the same crime, but they said it in three different ways. First they said gang stalk, then they said gang stalking, then they said gang stalking, I'm going to F you up. That did occur on Thanksgiving Day. As it was occurring, it was caught on a tape recorder. This tape recorder right here. This type of tape recorder, its make and model, has internal memory, and then it also has a capacity for you to buy a microcard. Okay, so you can extend the memory. Okay, so when all the memory of the actual tape recorder is used up, you can buy a microcard. It's a small little microcard, and then insert it in the side in order to extend the memory. When the Thanksgiving event occurred, it occurred as it was occurring. It was being recorded. And it was being recorded on a microcard that was already plugged into the side of the tape recorder itself. After the event occurred, I transferred over the pertinent part of the event in reference to when they were saying gang stalk, gang stalking, and gang stalking, I'm going to F you up. I transferred that segment of that event from the tape recorder to my phone and to also several other audio files in a second tape recorder. The reason why I did that was because I wanted to be able to then have it on multiple different audio files that it occurred so I could make videos and show the public. And I did that so once I transferred it, I could take the original microcard pertaining to the date of the event out of the tape recorder. So, because when the event transpired, when it happened and it was caught on the tape recorder reflects the time and the date. Once I take that microcard that held the event on it and place it back into a tape recorder and then access the file that holds the event, you'll clearly be able to see that it occurred in its entirety on Thanksgiving Day 2013. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to risk the microcard being put in the tape recorder, because if that technological resources are being used at this location or any other location when I'm wearing the tape recorder, they can go into this tape recorder and either erase the file or even change the date of the event. Just read the technological files that are at the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. But if you really look at the theme of what I'm stating, would it matter if the event happened before or after this radio broadcast? No. And let me just give you one more detail before I go into the evidence. I have over 800 separate audio files of individuals getting around me every single day saying gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, weird, crazy, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, weird, crazy, gang stalk, in that way. That's why I tell Clyde Lewis that they put people along my path that are harassing me in identical ways everywhere I go. Now this was told to him on a national radio show on September 17th, 2013, after I play you that segment that was recorded as a result of me going to SoundCloud after September 17th, because I've already stated why I couldn't record it the night of the night. I do have the audio file because my tape recorder was running as I was calling and talking to the screener as the show was going on. Then I decided to call. As I was talking to the screener, the whole show was being tape recorded. But when I had to turn the radio off, you don't hear me talking to Clyde Lewis on that audio file as the whole night was occurring. But the tape recorder was running, so you hear me talking to the screener, then you hear me talking to you hear me talking to someone, but you can't tell that it's ground zero because the radio was off. So obviously you wouldn't have been able to hear that I was talking to Clyde Lewis because it was a radio show. Okay? So what I did was a day or two afterwards, I went to the internet, typed in Clyde Lewis ground zero, went to his SoundCloud website and scrolled to that date, which was just a couple days ago in reference to the day I did it, and then played the actual radio broadcast of that night, and then tape recorded it on the tape recorder. In fact, let me see what date this is on this one. Yeah, in fact, I did do it on 9/19/2013, September 19th. I did it 2 days later on 2013 at 12:23 p.m. So that literally proves that I was on this radio show on the 17th because I uploaded it to this tape recorder on the 19th, 2 days later, just like I said that I did. Okay? And I can prove that this event occurred on Thanksgiving Day 2 months later. And what was caught pertaining to this Thanksgiving event is what I stated I was experiencing on the national radio show. It happening in the way that I said that it was happening on the radio show. It was caught on Thanksgiving Day happening in the way that I said it was happening. Just listen to what it said in reference to me being on the Ground Zero show on September 17, 2013. My name is Leslie Williams, calling in from KOGO radio, because I was listening to the radio show on KOGO, which is the name of the radio station that Ground Zero radio show is broadcasted on in San Diego. Okay, so just listen. I want you to listen to everything I state to Clyde Lewis and to Elisa E. as I'm being on the show. Alright, you ready? Okay, so listen up, listen closely. I'm setting the video camera here, and then I'm going to press play.
Nancy Sinatra, yeah, it's a wide range.
Wow, amazing. So there's more phone calls now. We have Leslie calling in from California, KOGO 600 AM. Hi, Leslie, you're on Ground Zero with Elisa E. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Clyde, and hi, Lisa. Clyde, I appreciate you taking my call, and I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible. I'm a gang stalking target, and I've been a target for 12 years. I'm learning disabled, and I'm all over the internet. My blogs and YouTube videos are titled Learning Disabled Woman Being Tortured in San Diego. And the reason why I decided to call tonight was because of the information concerning what I know and who I come from in reference to the military that is infested in my family and what they were involved in. And so I was just trying to spit it out as fast as possible. My father was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. There's high-ranking NAS in my family, high-ranking Air Force retired, and my ex-husband was a submarine radar antenna electrician. Now, there's the microwave hearing that this individual, I forgot his name,
Aaron Alexis, yeah, he was a shooter in the Washington, D.C. Naval Yard shooting.
Okay, right. Now, the microwaves that are being transmitted against organized stalking, gang stalking targets, it's called the microwave hearing effect. And basically, it's like the computer-to-brain feedback loop where targeted individuals are subjected to non-stop, repetitive words, phrases, commands, statements, demeaning statements, things along those lines. Now, there's also machines that can keep targeted individuals awake or actually cause them to fall asleep and stay asleep as well. Now, there's a manifesto on the internet written by a manager of gang stalking titled A Gang Stalking Tech, Everything You Need to Know. MK Ultra is listed throughout the entire manifesto. Psychic Driving is as well by Irvin Cameron, which is basically for MK Ultra programming. It's been mentioned quite a few times in the manifesto. It talks about basically, and then targets of gang stalking are also subject to non-stop repetitive harassment, which is identically the same everywhere they go along all the routes physically by the physical people that are brought on board in the harassment campaign.
So Leslie, have you been targeted, or you know this firsthand? Is that why you're telling us about this today?
Yeah. I've been a target for 12 years. They've literally made me homeless. And I wanted to say something, if you don't mind me saying so. That Marine that just called up, he's a target. I can tell just by what he was saying. You know, they made me homeless. I've been gang stalked at 5, 6 separate apartments. Alicia was saying as well. They also have some technology called outwave transmission, okay, which can cause the targeted individual to hear long, sustained tones in their ears and repetitive statements, words, phrases, and you would not believe the evidence I got. I'm being targeted like you would not believe in San Diego. So the reason why I called is because information about gang stalking, organized stalking, is all over the internet. The neurocognitive weapons that targeted individuals experience are all over the internet. And I personally believe from what this individual is saying that it definitely sounds like he was being gang stalked. They have equipment that can cause directed energy weapons, okay, that can cause your body to feel like it's being electrically shocked. You would not believe what we go through, Clyde. It's just...
Well, I've had a number of guests on to talk about this before, and a lot of people reduce it to just pure psychosis.
Now,
Elisa, I mean, how do we... I want to ask Elisa, how is it that we can hear about this, and yet people are so apt to believe that it can't happen, even though we have the technology, and they're immediately writing you off as people who have psychotic breaks?
Well, as one person said, if I were literally, this is what a person responded with when some conspiracies were brought their way. If I were to believe my government could do that, I couldn't live. This what's happening, and let me just say thank you for calling in, Leslie, because the way I see it is what was done to me. I'm a microcosm of the macrocosm. There was an intensified effort on me, but what's being done now and has been being done for some time is mass populist targeting on MKUltra. They've got the technology now that, like I said, they don't have to start you out when you're a kid. They'll do that with a few, but they're going for the masses. And what she's talking about is real. It's so pervasive. It's absolutely stunning. And they're being experimented on, but the numbers are growing. This is coming to everyone, soon coming to a theater near you, to your home. This is the real deal. They are going into society, and they want to brain map and control everyone.
Well, I know that one of the things that were talked about both at the Bohemian Grove and the Bilderberg meeting was full spectrum control of both humans, animals, and plant life.
Everything.
This is one way to do it. Also, they're discussing the chips that are being being recommended for Obamacare and the surveillance state. So these are things that maybe we'd be used to. The idea that we'd be on full control, whether it be controlled to be under surveillance or controlled to move about and do what we're told rather than rebelling or at least revolting. And this is the thing that really is interesting, especially now when we've talked before on this program about how Barack Obama has now set aside money to fingerprint the brain. They're going in now and they're trying to figure out what makes the brain tick, and what better way to do that than to add stimulus to the brain and see how people like Leslie and Elisa and others can react to that kind of stimulus without even knowing that they're being stimulated.
And I would take that to even a little farther. What Obama's talking about has long been done in the Black Project. It's already here. If he's breaking the news, it's 50 years down the road, and that's the way it works in the high-level Black projects. And those projects are being brought now to the mass populace.
Fantastic. Leslie, do you have anything more to add before we go to the break?
Yeah, just one more fast thing, if you don't mind. I feel so bad that they're doing this, of course, to everybody, and then the future targets, but the veterans they're doing this to just burns my butt. Holographic projection, mind uploading, mind hacking, it's happening right now. You would not believe what they're doing to me. You just would not believe it. They literally set up some individuals to hike out 200 feet away from me who are constantly yelling, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. They repeat words and phrases along all my routes. You would not believe the evidence I got, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I just, thank you, Alicia, for coming on the show, and thank you, Clyde, for, covering this tonight. And if any targeted individuals are out there listening, I just want you to know I love you, and please just stay safe.
Leslie, I thank you for the call. I thank you. Thank you for the call. Elisa, it's amazing that you came on the show tonight and gave us the information. Once again, the book is Our Life Beyond MKUltra. Hopefully we can have you on again to talk about this topic when it actually rears its ugly head again.
Yes, unfortunately it will, won't it?
Yes, it will. This is the second time we've had you on. 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. What do you think? Do you think that this is actually happening? Or do you just write it off as psychosis, psychotic break, or what have you? The programming is being used. They are now claiming that it's a mass programming. Are we a part of the programming? Is this one of the reasons why we're off and then we're on? We accept certain types of evil that perhaps we're being coerced into doing things we wouldn't normally do? 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. Back with more Ground Zero. Don't go away.
Okay, now, I want you to understand something. I'm being gang stalked. Excuse me a second. I'm all over the internet that I've been gang stalked at UCSD, SDSU, USD, businesses, public libraries, you name it. And there's multiple blogs about it and YouTube videos about it. And you might think to yourself, well, why did I take a break before showing you this Thanksgiving event that occurred? To bring to your attention about the universities, because you just got done hearing Clyde Lewis mention again, and I got audio files literally from radio broadcasts of President Obama being covered on radio shows. Well, basically he was on some show or TV show or whatever, or radio show, and he was talking about how the government is involved in brain mapping. I literally got it on one of my radio files. I mean, I'm sorry, one of my audio files, because I listen to the radio every morning when I wake up. And, see, here's the radio right here, okay? And then, since I never know what might happen at this hiking area where I'm living at, as soon as I wake up, I turn the tape recorder on, just in case they might want to try and bring some freak by to bother me. That way it can be recorded. And you'll see that me having a tape recorder recording pretty much at all times is a good thing. And so I literally, when I listen to my morning show as I'm, waking up and stuff like that, I literally remember President Obama being covered on the radio show, or a radio show broadcasting how he talked about it on TV or something, that he is setting aside money for brain research, for brain mapping. Well, check it out. In the last 3 or 4 months, maybe in the last 6 months, no, actually I think it was after this event, I saw a Guardian newspaper on UCSD campus, which is their newspaper, that UCSD has been awarded, no, not has been awarded, but actually they have been awarded grants for money for this, but they've also set up a center for it. It literally says that UCSD opens up Brain Mapping Research Center. Now, Clyde Lewis literally just said it. Talked about how the government's setting up to brain map people. Now, this shit's already been going on for decades. I also go to YouTube and type in mind hacking, mind transferring, and mind uploading. You would not believe what I know. You just would not believe what I know. It's non-consensual human experimentation, which is resulting in torture. Okay, and the gang stalking and the organized stalking is being done for multiple different reasons, and part of the reason is because if you listen to enough of John Hall on the internet, you can go to YouTube and type in also, in fact, go to Google and type in John Hall. Hang on a second. Go to Google right now and type in John Hall Coast to Coast radio show, and you're going to run across a YouTube video that's anywhere between 6 minutes and 8 minutes long. And you're going to hear John Hall talking to an individual as he calls into the Coast to Coast radio show, and he talks about how he's hearing funny things on his phone. Now, that John Hall talks to him about how that's the silent sound spectrum being used, where they can use your phone. Okay, there's devices called the neural... There's devices called the neural phone. Hold on a second. There's devices called the neural phone, and somebody's walking up down through here. Hang on a second. Let's see if it's any of them harassing me. He's wearing blue. Let's see if anybody. Okay, he's walking over to the area where the freaks are that bother me 100 feet away. Anyways, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is that you can go to www.surveillanceissues.com. You can also go to YouTube and type in Connie Marshall, targeted individual. She's got a YouTube video online showing her being covered on the news, and she talks about how when she's on her phone, her thoughts got paralyzed. Just do what I tell you to do, okay? Now, John Hall talks about the silent sound spectrum is being used over people's phones, because once the phone, he's talking about how they're uploading emotional clusters and EEG tracings, using the silent sound spectrum, using the phone to do it. Now, I know you're not going to understand all this. The only thing I can do is tell you to research, cross-reference material, and synthesize it, and you will over time. Hold on. Now, I want you to listen to this. You just got done hearing me say to... In fact, I'm going to play it again really fast. Listen to what I say to Clyde Lewis towards the end of the show. Now, in the middle... Hang on, let me turn it down for a second. In the middle of me talking to him, I say about how they get individuals to get along all your routes and to harass you in the same exact identical way. Let me rewind this for a second. And then at the end of the show, when he says, "Okay, Leslie, do you have anything more to add?" I say, well, mind uploading, mind hacking, holographic projections. Hold on, let me turn it back up now. Is happening right now. You hear Elisa E say yes as I say that. Then you hear me say about how they set up some bums to hike out 100 feet away who constantly yell, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, and gang stalk. Oh my God. Weird, crazy. That's what you want to listen to. Now remember, though, earlier in the broadcast I said about how they put up people along my routes to harass me in the same exact identical way, along all of my routes to harass me in the same exact identical way. Okay? So what you're listening for is that, and then how you're listening towards me at the end. I tell Clyde Lewis that they set up some individuals to hike out 100 feet away from me who yell gang stalk, oh my God, weird, crazy, constantly. Just listen.
The Bilderberg meeting was full spectrum control of both humans, animals, and plant life. This is one way to do it. Also, they're discussing the chips that are being recommended for Obamacare and the surveillance state. So these are things that maybe we'd be used to. The idea that we'd be on full control, whether it be controlled to be under surveillance or controlled to move about and do what we're told rather than rebelling or at least revolting. And this is the thing that really is interesting, especially now when we've talked before on this program about how Barack Obama has now set aside money to fingerprint the brain. They're going in now and they're trying to figure out what makes the brain tick. And what better way to do that than to add stimulus to the brain and see how people like Leslie and Elisa and others can react to that kind of stimulus without even knowing that they're being stimulated.
And I would take that to even a little farther. What Obama's talking about has long been done in the black projects. It's already here. If he's breaking the news, it's 50 years down the road. And that's the way it works in the high-level black projects. And those projects are being brought now to the mass populace.
Fantastic. Leslie, do you have anything more to add before we go to the break?
Yeah, just one more fast thing, if you don't mind. I feel so bad that they're doing this, of course, to everybody, and then the future targets, but the veterans they're doing this to just burns my butt. Holographic projections, mind uploading, mind hacking, it's happening right now. You would not believe what they're doing to me. You just would not believe it. They literally set up some individuals to hike out 200 feet away from me who are constantly yelling, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. They repeat words and phrases along all my routes. You would not believe it.
Okay, so, and then you hear me say you wouldn't believe the evidence I got. Listen.
I got, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go.
Hold on.
Gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. They repeat words and phrases along all my routes. You would not believe the evidence I got, but I'm going to go ahead.
Okay, so let's listen to this just one more time. Bear with me, just one more time. I want you to listen to this. How I say it's being said here at this hiking area and then again along all my routes. Now listen.
And I just thank you all my route stalker. I now see what direction, but the veterans are doing this too just burns my butt. Holographic projections, mind uploading, mind hacking, it's happening right now. You would not believe what they're doing to me.
Okay, now right here, listen carefully. How I say they yell gang stalk, oh my God, we're crazy. And then how they repeat words and phrases along all my routes. Okay, now listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's being done here, and then I state that it's also being done along all my routes. Because when you say a word, and then you leave and go to another place, and the same word is said, that's repeating it. stalking from place to place to place to place to harass you in the same exact way by repeating words and phrases along all your routes. This is me telling it on a national radio show on September 17, 2013. And then what I'm about ready to show you is evidence of it, of an event that transpired 2 months later on Thanksgiving Day. Just listen to me tell. I'm literally talking to millions of people right now because I'm on a national radio show. Just listen.
You would not believe it. They literally set up some individuals to hike out 200 feet away from me who are constantly yelling, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. They repeat words and phrases along all my routes. You would not believe the evidence I got, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I just, thank you, Alicia, for coming on the show, and thank you, Clyde, for, covering this tonight. And if any targeted individuals are out there listening, I just want you to know I love you, and please just stay safe.
Leslie, I thank you for the call. I thank you. Thank you for the call.
Okay, so listen to this. This is the event pertaining to Thanksgiving. Listen to how they're saying gang stalk, gang stalking, and gang is stalking. I'm going to F you up.
What? Shut up, you fucking little wrong. Right on, asshole. Wrong? Hey, it's a little wrong. Why, man? You fucking little cuddles. Get the fuck on! You fucking little criminal! Do it right now! I'm standing right here! I'm standing right here! What? Shut up! You fucking little wrong? Right on, asshole. Wrong? Hey, it's a little wrong! Why, man? You fucking little criminals! Get the fuck on! You fucking little criminal!
Okay? Now, even if this wasn't pertaining to the Thanksgiving event, which I can undisputably prove that it is, it literally shows that I was already telling the truth anyways. But let's take just one last look at this in closing. The date I called up and talked to Lisa E. and Clyde Lewis on Clyde Lewis's radio show, Ground Zero, you flat out just heard me tell him that they set up some individuals to hike out about 100 feet away who yelled, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk. Oh my God, we're crazy. Okay? That's right. That's right. And then this event occurs on a sidewalk. Now, one of the individuals that played a role in this Thanksgiving event, okay, is he related to a specific number-coded HA location? Yes. That's right. And as soon as I do something in the next month here, I'm going to disclose what that means. And when you do, if you stay with my videos, you will literally be able to see why I code numbered a specific location and why I'm only describing a partial point right now. Now, in closing, this is a second cell phone. I got two cell phones because when you have YouTube accounts and you want to make videos and upload them that are longer than 15 minutes, you got to have a phone number. And then YouTube will only allow you to open up so many YouTube accounts per phone number. I had to play a shell game with my YouTube accounts because they're hacking into my YouTube accounts, my blog accounts, and my email accounts. So I had to buy a second phone in order to play a shell game with my YouTube accounts. Hold on. Okay, so this is the first cell. This is the second. This is actually the third or fourth cell phone I got. The first one I got, it don't work no more. The second one I lost. This is the third one. This is me being on a bus in Yucca Valley, California, 167 miles away from where I live, and 167 miles away from where this Thanksgiving event occurred at. On Thanksgiving Day 2013. Yucca Valley, California, you can go to Google right now and MapQuest UCSD La Jolla campus, their address, to the Yucca Valley, California Library's address, because I went there when I was in Yucca Valley. I stayed right up the street from the Yucca Valley Library. And you can catch bus route landers right up the street from the library. That's why I'm saying to Google that address, and you'll see that Yucca Valley is 167 or 160 miles from La Jolla. This is me being on a bus on December 11th, 2012. Okay? Almost one full complete year before this Thanksgiving event. Do you hear individuals on this bus say gang stalk, gang stalker, and then when that's being said, listen to how you hear "oh my God" being said shortly before it and or shortly after it. Then you're going to hear a woman flat out say gang stalking. Just listen.
Let's see if I hear gang stalking and "oh my God" said along any of my routes today, 8/27/2013.
Oh, that's the wrong audio file. Sorry. Oh, sorry. that was an audio file I made in Yucca Valley. Alright, hold on a second. Oh wait, here it is right here. I apologize for that. Alright, now listen.
Oh, okay. Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turned. Those little French cars. Right now? You for child? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully my homie drives. I'll take the whole thing. She never drives. I'm going to go hang it up. I think I can get my, she's already talking. I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it in the window ammo. I wish I did anything great. Oh, yeah. When it will get rich. Oh, yeah, that might work. Now, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stop right here, because we could have...
Yeah, we are. They say in 15 years we'll be putting our...
Alright, now that was me. I was talking to one woman on the bus who wasn't that bad. Making this small intermittent conversation with her. That was me saying they say in 15 years they're going to be putting... That was me. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this, I have already made numerous... In fact, let me just do something here really fast. When I made the boo-boo, when I went to go initially show you this Yucca Valley bus, I hit the wrong video. Let me just look at something really fast.
Let's see if I hear gang stalking and "oh my God" said along any of my routes today, 8/27/2013. San Diego, California.
Okay, that's a different... Now, in fact, look at this. Check it out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to it. Anyways, that was a video file that I made on August 27th, 2013. Okay, a month and a half, let's see, August, September, October, November, 3 months before this Thanksgiving event. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on a second. Check it out. Alright, now, anytime that you highlight a selected video you want to watch, it's got the red around the one that you select to watch. That's like right now. Check it out. Right now, the middle one is highlighted. If I hit the arrow button to go to the one on the left one is highlighted. If I hit it to go 2 over to the right will be highlighted. See what I'm saying? Now, in order for you to be able to select the video to play, once it's highlighted, you can use down here the options feature. Notice that it's still highlighted. It's highlighted right now, that video file is. Okay? Alright? Now I'm pressing the options feature. Boom. Then you can go to file information to see the date that this file was made. 6/24/2013. Alright, maybe that's not the one. Hold on. Alright, let me just press play to see if that's the one.
Let's see if I hear gang stalking and "oh my God" said along any of my routes today, 8/27/2013. San Diego, California.
Okay. I don't have my glasses on. Maybe that's why I read it wrong. So let me just go back to file information. Wow, it says 6/24/2013. Why does it say that? That don't make no sense. Why would I say 8/27/2013? Now that don't make no sense at all. Not unless, well, I already know this phone's hacked because they've erased phone calls to to 911 and the police. Alright, so let's see what else we got here, just to maybe take a look at it. Alright, this is an audio file from, maybe I can tell that's an MTS bus, so let's see what date it is. Let's see if you hear gang stalk on this one. I took the video for a reason. Alright, now this is 4/26/2013, and a lot of times when I catch evidence, as the evidence is being caught, I'll ask somebody on the bus what the date is. So let's see what's on this audio file. You just seen April. Let me see, what was it? April what? Hang on. Let's see if you hear gang stalk on this bus. April 20. I don't have my glasses on. It's either 26 or 28, 2013 at 11:02 a.m. Let's see if Gang Stalk is on this one. This is way back in April. Let's see, January, February, March, April. Alright, let's see if you hear Gang Stalk on this one.
Good. Transfer point 4, the 923 Dimmet.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press stop, and then I'm going to go, you can see it's still highlighted. I'm going to press play. Okay, it's going to say, ask me if I want to play with sound. I'm going to select yes, and then as soon as I select yes, the speaker that allows you to hear the audio of this video file is right up here, like right where the place where you put your ear at when you're making a phone call. So once I press play, I'm going to move this phone, the speaker of it, right to the microphone on the video camera so you can hear it better. You be the judge. Do you hear individuals repeat gang stalk and oh my god, and or gang stalking and oh my god, and or gang stalker and oh my god?
Good. Transfer point 4, the 923 Dimmet.
Okay, I guess that was the end of it. Now, you heard it right towards the end, because sometimes I'll do that. I'll stop the video file as soon as I catch the evidence. Okay, now, I'm in San Diego, California. I have in my possession right now over 800 separate audio files, and probably by now, I'd say at least anywhere between 75 to probably 150 video files of these words being said in the same exact identical way everywhere I go. This is their way to let me know that I'm a target of gang stalking. Okay, this is not the only thing I'm putting up with. This is, in fact, I've gotten so used to them doing this, I just ignore it. But I'm going to tell you something right now. This Thanksgiving event that you just heard, okay, that happened, it happened 8 days after I told a UCSD campus police officer that students and that people were walking around me and saying gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalker, gang stalker, oh my god, weird and crazy, on their campus every time that I go on their campus. And I told them that I predicted that I'll hear it in a video file before I even leave a specific area to go there. Okay, and I said that I wear a tape recorder on me, and that if it's said, it's caught. And I told him the only thing I'm trying to do is catch it so I can prove that it's happening. He said, okay. 8 days later, this is caught happening on a sidewalk in reference to the Thanksgiving event right up the street from UCSD. UCSD has got the brain mapping center. So, if I already got hundreds of audio files of gang stalk being said in certain ways everywhere I go on their campus, do you believe that they're going to want to continue to allow me to go on that campus? No. Do you know what a staged event is in gang stalking? It's called street theaters. That term can be Googled. And basically, street theaters, staged events, are designed and brought about against a target individual in order to make it appear they have a normal, appearing, legitimate reason to, but not limited to, ban a targeted individual from a business, a university, a college campus, a high school, a public library, anywhere. Anywhere. That's right. And since they already know I wear a tape recorder, Okay, so they got to definitely make sure that when an event transpires based on a falsified complaint, an accusation, and when they stage events, they stage witnesses as well. This is organized crime in the system that is managing these criminalities, and they use the system to not only manage them and perpetrate them, but they also use them to protect them. I'm talking about judges, police officers, some entire police departments, possibly members of the district attorney's office, the prosecutor's office. It's organized crime in the system, so how can a person get any help? Do you understand? That in turn leaves the targeted individual isolated in the criminality that continues to happen to them. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and check it out. In this Ground Zero broadcast, you heard me mention about how organized stalking and gang stalking targeted individuals can be subjected to what is known as alpha wave transmissions. This broadcast occurred on September 17, 2013. The next night, on the same radio show, Clyde Lewis exposed how it was covered on the news that morning that Aaron Alexis, it had been discovered either on, like, after the Ground Zero show that was on the 17th of September, or on the next morning, the 18th, it was discovered that Aaron Alexis had scratched in on his shotgun, "This is my ALF weapon." I broadcasted on the night of the 17th on Ground Zero that the perpetrators of organized stalking, gang stalking, transmit alpha wave technology towards the targeted individual. The next morning, it was covered all over the news that they discovered that Aaron Alexis, the Navy Yard shooter, scratched in on his shotgun, "This is my alpha weapon." Do you understand what I'm telling you? I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I do what I do for the sake of the truth. That's right. And to put these filthy, wild, filthy sewer rats in their place. I'm one person. I'm standing up to this. When this shit becomes public, just think of how many people will rise up against these filthy criminal whores. Just think. Just think. I'm letting them know the trouble they're having with one person. It's nothing compared to the trouble they're going to have with the population one day. I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I do what I do because it's the right thing to do. Thank you.